Oh, this one. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
2 hours over, so I got up there. All right, like 2 hours.
Flag. We'll open up with public comment. There's no public here. Anybody have anything from the public on this? Okay, we will go right into the proposed budget of 26. We'll go page by page. Anybody have any issues on page 1 of 6?
Are we on the general fund?
We are on the general fund. Sorry, I already flipped that. Did I skip something?
I would.
Just the summary.
Yeah, I mean, we would probably go back to that then at the end. maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I would say, I mean, the only big thing that I would see that's gonna be an addition, I mean, Love Valley, we probably sold next year, so we will have a transfer, probably a pretty decent sum transfer tax or transfer fee. Not that we have to account for that, but
Nice windfall.
it probably will be.
Okay. Issues on page 1?
Looks straightforward.
All right, page 2. Okay.
Just quick, have we ever, when was the last time we used the services for the online? I know we don't have anything budgeted there for the online septic and that, because we don't have very many that have online.
No, I think we have 5 or 6
Yeah,
maybe.
the only one that I know is the Dave, the Dietrichs, and
These 3 across the road, but I got the demolition permits, so these 3 won't be.
Won't be.
but I mean,
anymore.
that's all. That's
And
all
when you get out
user paid,
there
right?
at, like Hunts out that way, yeah.
But isn't that mostly all user paid? It's
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
responsibility of the resident.
Yeah.
I guess that would be if we had to do an inspection.
Yeah, this fee is actually what we would receive is what we get from the permit fee, which is set by the sewage enforcement officer. We're more of a pass-through. And just a note for those that might be watching, this general fund, these are the revenues that we're going through right now.
Now we're on expenses.
Yes.
Page 3.
Yeah, I see that we bumped up a couple $100 for the meetings and conferences. That's good, because I think it's, if we
Well-
can start being more active with that.
Well, and I said something to Todd, I mean, I would honestly, if we have some money extra, even extra to throw into that, because, I mean, I know I would like to, again, attend at least the Hershey one, and there's, if reelected, there's some trainings that I would like to take to get my certified boroughs official certification. But I mean, basically, I mean, a Hershey conference is $600 basically, with lodging, 6 to 7 with mileage and all that.
It's
So I
already
mean,
included in what we budget though.
but I mean, if some we send, well, and two, I would think too, we have to look at whoever may get elected, if they wanna do anything
Potentially.
to, yes. And I mean, if somebody would wanna go to the fall conference too, I mean, that $900 would be used. I think that would probably be a decent number.
Yeah, because I'm looking here, if you look through, projected through the end of the year, 25, we're looking at about $630, and if I remember correctly, we didn't have the registration for you for the annual
fall.
or the spring. Did you have the annual this year, was that the year before? I thought it was annual, this year was,
I thought we paid for the Hershey one for me, but the
Okay.
fall one I
We got a
Yeah.
voucher for that.
yeah.
yeah.
So I mean,
Well, that certainly would be ample.
yeah, I think that would be,
So we're gonna move that 900 to the 900 proposed to 2,000.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Meetings, conferences, professional development, whatever we wanna call it.
yeah.
Anything else on that
Well,
page?
there for the
Yep.
auditing, we were showing projected for 4,000 for this year, and then we budgeted 21. What's the 4,000? What was that?
Because I went back and looked, because if you looked, let me see here. we didn't pay anything in '24, and I went
Oh,
back
okay,
and
I see
looked.
that, yeah.
They haven't even invoiced us for '23's audit yet.
Wow.
So I'm anticipating that we'll get both of those. I'll make sure that,
Yeah, good call.
that they, take care of that.
And you feel the 21 will be okay?
Yeah,
moving forward?
yeah, when they increase it, it's usually 50 or $100, nothing significant.
And the other thing I had there was legal services, we budgeted 10 yet last year, we're gonna use 7 this year, we'll do 75, just making sure, you're thinking that's gonna be enough.
Yeah, unless we know of anything. I was just thinking in the lines of, solicitor looks at like the refuse contract, the bids and everything. Since we won't have a refuse contract or no major construction that I know of, I was just thinking won't be as much.
I missed the last council meeting. Did Mike make any mention he's holding or any increase at all for next year?
He did not mention that to me. No, I can check with him.
Before our meeting?
Yeah.
Okay, good on 3. We'll go to 4.
You mentioned something about the fire company contribution. I did a little research on the areas around here, and we're really lagging behind on what we donate as a borough to them compared to other boroughs here, like New Salem gives 25,000, Jefferson gives 10,000, Glen Rock 15, and Jacobus contributes 23,000. I don't know if that's something we want to look at.
So,
In the past, we'd said we had issues with them with getting us receipts or showing us what they were spending it on.
right.
They did, if you remember, was it last year, they did provide us with all their past audit reports. And they know that they have to do that this year in order to get the 25 released as well, so.
So I don't know if that's something we want to increase. I mean,
I also mentioned earlier for Zach and Bill, I would be also interested in saying, if they came to us and say they have a need, say, would we be interested in outfitting 3 new firefighters or all their gear? I mean, where you're looking at about $2,000 a piece, could we donate it that way? Or some actual need that they brought, I don't, would that be, then I feel like we know, not saying we know what it's going to.
where would we line item that at, in here, or?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's a thought. I don't know if that's, legal. I don't know if they would even go for that.
I think it could be under the same line item.
And how would we put that in there? What would we list it as?
I think we would have to discuss like what we were looking for as contribution and what they,
So Greg, your numbers, just kind of to backtrack a little bit, your numbers, how many, I don't want to go off for, well, I do, I'm going for like residents. So like
Yeah,
how
I
many
would
residents
say
in that?
When you think Jefferson would be more comparable to what we have here,
Yeah.
I would think.
I would
Yeah.
think probably closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, New Salem, what are they, 800 and
They're
some?
probably, yeah. they're
Jefferson, I think, is around 6.
probably- Yeah.
So the code 411, that's underneath this fire protection. The workman's comp is somewhere else, is that correct?
That is correct.
So just so Greg was looking apples to apples, when you checked out these other municipalities,
To see if they.
to see if that was part of workman's comp, was added in on
I
that,
don't
lumped
know.
in?
That'd be not, that was just under the fire company contribution. And most of their budgets look like they follow the same.
yeah, and I
It
mean,
was the same.
well,
format.
and
Gotta
that,
go and look at
that
it.
would be odd. I would think that would be odd for them to budget it, like combine that into, cause workers' comp being a statutory requirement.
Yep, me too, but it's just asking.
Yeah, no, I agree. I understand. I would,
A couple of them boroughs did have the same format.
Yeah.
Because I was looking through and I found that, I could just skip through the pages and go to the one that.
cause we're basically 500 residents, so even if we did $10 a resident, we're only basically budgeting $5 a resident to contribute, right?
Not getting ahead of ourselves, but what's the YMCA contribution that we have? And that's all,
It was like 36.
yeah. So I'm at least okay matching that for the fire company, just because that only makes sense. We're giving a contribution to the YMCA.
Yeah, I mean, that's this is
Yeah, we're
that
projected
everybody's
just
gonna
under
be beneficial,
4,000.
so they have to use it.
Yep.
Yes, it came out a little bit wrong.
Yeah.
That's as
Yeah,
a
right,
baseline.
Yeah,
I
I mean, we don't have very many major fires, but when it is, you sure hope it's not yours, because,
Well,
I
and
mean, just look
that's-
when New Salem was having all their trouble, and who did they recognize as being
Yeah.
the fire company that,
And-
I mean, because I worked with that lady that had that one there on or on, yeah, I guess it's Main Street.
I mean, I don't think $10 a resident is out of line,
I don't
really.
think so either.
At this point anyway, and I think maybe we could look at maybe perhaps funding a need down the road if we discuss what they, that's on top of the fire relief. I mean, it's supposed to be for equipment and all that kind of stuff too, but,
Right, which.
and trainings, but
The
I
other
mean,
boroughs get fire relief too, so that's
Yeah,
a wash.
yeah.
Comparing them to what other.
No, I know, but I
municipalities are
mean-
Contributing to
they,
the fire safety of the borough.
maybe it's something that, they're putting off. Maybe it's, I don't know if they, do they have a thermal imaging camera? Do they have,
That would be information that we're not, I mean, thoughts on just doubling the 28?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If we can do
like
that now, and then
56.
If we want, I mean, if we want to next year at this time, have them come with some budget items that they would like to have.
Right.
That way we have something that we can, something solid that we know we're gonna be going to put into.
Well, I'm glad you looked into that with other municipalities, because that's,
Well, and I
I
think-
mean, we're behind, and not saying that's gonna
Yeah.
catch us up, but.
No, but at least the.
I think
We're
they-
moving in the right direction.
Well, and I think some of them, they generally try to keep us informed now. In the past, I think it was like a big secret over there.
They seemed organizational sound right now.
I mean,
I agree.
yeah, they try to attend our meetings and provide updates and,
All right, so
Fifty-six.
general agreement to increase that to 5,600.
We would be the committee.
Yes,
Good?
I'm good with recommending that, yes.
Any of that sound out of line to any of you two?
That sounds good.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, and
for
I
doing
do
that
want to
research.
note, sorry. There are no proposed increases for zoning officer or assistant secretary or treasurer. They'll remain the same for 26.
Do we, the hourly and all that, I understand, but do we need to ramp some of that up for having meetings like we had this past Thursday?
I don't think let's see what 26 holds.
Okay.
But I say at this point, just keep it where it is for
Okay.
26. If that changes and we end up having more and more meetings, then I think, yeah, let's look
Okay.
at it for 27. But-
Because it's not just the hour and 15-minute meeting that we had. There's gotta be time, I know there's time, leading up to that, to
Yeah, I
get the
mean,
information out,
correct,
to
yeah.
get the information together. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
but I don't expect that to be a regular thing, but if it does, then we can talk about it.
All right, so we are on page 5.
Just to note the, item 10 there, that maintenance project under Public Works and Highways, which was 7,600, that was for that inlet repair and new box and everything up at the corner of East Street and Main.
H&H.
That was caving in, yes.
Yep.
So that's why that was a little higher. We budgeted 5,000, so I projected for 26, a budget number 6.
The weed control, where do we pay that out of this year? 'Cause that was done once.
That's,
before.
that's done.
Do you double, because Shrewsbury Township took care of that at least one time this year, if not all the
Just
time.
we just threw in some cold patch temporarily.
No, the weed
Oh, the
control.
weed control.
Oh, weed control.
So did you lump that somewhere else?
No.
When you were down here?
We did not get Shrewsbury's bill yet this year, but it's very minimal.
Okay,
It's not, yeah,
okay.
so.
And just for the community activities, do we have enough there? Or we haven't had any input from the community activities group that anything we propose to do or? I mean, I'm sure there's probably gonna be enough because it was this year, then we had this Halloween.
Yeah, we budgeted for 25, $1,000. we did the typical $150 we will do for Halloween.
And we'll see where we're at with that come next year. We
Yeah.
can talk about that when we get
Yeah,
closer. We have money budgeted,
Yeah,
whether
I
it's,
think-
whether it's there or up at the church, that's
Yeah, I
way down the
think-
road
yeah,
here.
Yep.
So, Todd, I see the YMCA there listed at 452.6. Is that in compliance with the increase that Kate emailed us?
By what I saw, yes.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
I will verify
I-
that,
I- I was
but never hurts.
expecting, I was expecting the calculation to be a tick higher than that.
Okay, I'll double check that, but I will verify.
Okay.
Made note on that, yep. I did put for the playground, I don't know if you want to leave it there or if you want to change that number or not, but I did put in for the Church Street Trailhead Playground, $2,500 again to transfer over to the recreation fund.
And I think that's fair. I think that for right now, where we're at in the stage,
Yeah, well-
we just keep earmarking that and,
That's what we talked about, yes.
the only thing about, not to backtrack back to weed control, because I wasn't able to get in on that conversation. So, you said that bill was minimal. How many times did Shrewsbury do it for us?
Twice.
Okay, is that enough, is that number, proposed number of $1,000 gonna be enough to do it 3 or 4 times? Just to stay on top of that, that way we don't have to deal with, because when stuff gets green, it gets green in a
Yeah.
hurry. So I just wanna make sure we're not,
It would not, that's probably cutting it close, so it probably wouldn't.
do we wanna go back to the 15?
Yeah, I think,
Go back to.
yeah, there's
that
no
way
harm in
if-
that, and
if-
that way it's, well,
I
if we
would
don't
rather-
need it, that's great.
I would rather stay on top of them.
Yep.
Now that we have somebody that can come and do them during regular business hours and not, whenever they get time type of thing, I would rather stay on top of them. That makes things look a lot nicer before they get this tall and they're dead,
Right.
standing there dead. Anything else on page 5?
That senior center, that's still good,
Wendy.
it's separate from, that's all.
Yep.
Is that,
That-
I mean,
they're-
with that, is that good for us? I mean, is that good enough for them, what we're contributing?
At this point, yes, until this renovation gets up and running. They have continued their operations through the renovation. They have taken the brunt of the inconvenience, but they're still plowing through. So I say let's get to this point next year and come double check. I'll check with Jenna to see what participation is down here, and I'll report back.
Go to 6.
And you will see there in line item 486.02, which is the property and general liability. As we anticipated, that did increase some that we now own a building. So we budgeted 6,000, was actually 8,889. So I just figured a slight increase there, budget 9,200.
And while we're on the topic of our building, how long is the lease through Wellspan for?
Oh, it's 10.
10.
Okay, never mind. We're good to go on that. Just don't want to be anticipating money coming in and us be at the end of a run where we
Yeah.
have a building.
No, it's a 10-year lease where the 5 years is when it increases. I think it's 5 years.
And we get to 7 or 8 and we look for an extension, hopefully, in a perfect world.
Yeah.
And while we're still on that, and I didn't look, that's why I'm asking. Has the building been trimmed around and trimmed back?
I have a cost estimate for that.
Okay,
Where they would actually start up here, past the flagpole, up the,
yep,
basically the corner. They would cut everything back, including taking some of those trees down. And we actually do own on the other side of the creek and even some of that field that's farmed. So that is our property.
okay,
So they would go on the other side of the creek, trim everything up on the other side and also take some of the trees down. Come the whole way around the back of the building to around the other side here of the little shed.
Yep.
And they're gonna clear all that back, and actually there's several trees that they would take down there as well. So, and I got,
and we'll get to that later.
yeah, I was gonna talk about that
Yep,
later, but
okay.
I have
Okay,
actually gonna put it on the budget, on the agenda
okay,
for next week, but a price of 2,000,
okay.
so.
Doesn't sound good at all.
No, and that's with,
Removal of everything too? Okay,
that's James Family Tree
Yep.
Removal.
Yep.
Yeah, 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 so. Okay.
Anything else? You touched on workman's comp.
Rest of these should be pretty easy.
Main building fund.
Yeah, pretty much all we're showing there is interest income and rent of 12,000 from WellSpan. And then we do have expenditure proposed. I'm showing the 2,000 projected through 25 to do the tree work I just talked about. And then I budget 6,500. I think at minimum, we need to talk to Far East or someone, but this gabion basket wall out here is caving in to the stream a little bit, so we probably will get that reinforced or whatever in the back, but.
What's that gonna engage in as far as the other additional?
Well,
To be involved, or?
no, I will double check, certainly before we do anything, but I was on the ambulance board of directors when we did that initially, and we did not have to have any special permits or anything. There's different tiers with the DEP stuff if you're just doing some bank.
And
But,
probably like gallons per minute going through. And
Yeah, I
could
forget what
probably
it
come
is,
into
but
it,
I-
Where
I-
the smaller creek, it's not like the creek over here that you're messing around
I
now.
have to look at my
It's more
full-time job. We
drainage,
have a cheat sheet that DEP put out. It's yellow light, it's green light, yellow light, and red light. Green means do what you want to do. Yellow, you have to report a couple things, and red, don't do anything till you get permits. So, but, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So, so your note there is in 15, 2,000 tree trimming, 1,500 power washing, and 5,000 stream.
Yeah.
So that's 8,500.
What?
Well, no, the 2,000 is in 2025,
He expects
what I have for the
He
projected.
would like to see the tree work done this year yet.
Got it? Got it?
Yeah, yeah.
all right, highway aid.
Again, pretty straightforward. This is state money, $700 interest, 14,900. I got to look here. They send out a letter, and I just got this week. It has been decreasing. Actually, ours is going to stay up there. So I'm going to change that to what the actual number is. I rounded off to the nearest 5, so it's going to be 15,050. So $150 more. So, yeah, and then expenditures, we have the street sweeping, snow and ice removal, street lights. Of course, they tell you, PSAB suggests everybody increase their budget by 5% at minimum. And then I'm also showing in there, and I don't know, we didn't get the firm price on that, but the initial price, if you remember, was around $3,500 to add the street light. I know it's with engineering right now, so I don't know where that'll be, but that is included in that 94.
The mowing for the streets is in the maintenance and repair of the highway, right? For Union Church and Maple, Maple Street.
Yes, that is correct. Yes. And the snow plowing.
Yeah.
From Springfield.
Oh, and the snow plow,
So with
yes.
the notes on 13, are we just rolling that over to next year?
Yeah, because,
Okay.
that's the one single line item that you truly are throwing a dart at.
Yep.
Because we just don't know if it's going to be a really mild, not much snow, and then,
Well,
You know,
and
that's
just
what-
since I've been on you get a winter of, even if it is mild, if you get 2 events a week,
Yep.
it's all the little ones that snowball
Yeah.
together. I mean, the big ones are the big ones. I mean, they come in, they clear it out, and they leave.
It's
It's
done.
like this. It's like a
Yeah.
little bit more for a big one than what it is for 2 small ones.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's not really even the plowing, it's the salt.
Yep.
Yeah, so,
Equipment. We're all on the playground.
yeah, that's another straightforward one. I have $60 in interest projected, 2,500 general fund contribution. And you'll see I'm showing playground donations. That's, that number 12,000, where that came from is, I don't know if it was the playground committee or who, but that number was given to me that their first goal is 15,000 to reach. So that's where I came up with that number.
So.
We've received 3,000 to date in
Yep.
private donations.
Okay, so, just so I'm straight listening to that dialogue. Does that include our contribution, or is that completely private?
Completely
donations?
private
Okay.
donation.
Just
Yeah,
want to make
yeah.
sure that we're on the same page here.
Yep.
And I thought some of that note, going back to ours 2,500, I thought we were more earmarked, I mean, I guess that was more of the engineering. We were thinking we were gonna end up paying the engineering when it came down to
Yep.
it. So, okay.
And
I guess that's
with
all
throwing that
general
number in there,
combination.
with throwing that number in there as time goes, we're at least accumulating some money in there. And if we need to talk about other numbers later, we can talk about that then.
So we're donating the 25 yet this year, and then plus another 25 for next year, basically, right?
That's my understanding.
Okay. I know we've had that discussion in the past where that was the general intent of when we, and I don't know if we necessarily did that for a few things. We just kept rolling it over, but never adding it to anything.
You know, if you want to just go over this here quick, but there's a couple changes, like at least
Yeah.
the revised total numbers.
Yep, if you go slow so I can write.
Yep.
Because not only I can't see, I can't hear. either.
Okay.
Yeah, his eye operating on, so now I can't hear.
All right, if you look in the general fund column, the projected fund balance remains unchanged. The revenues remain unchanged from what's in your packet there. The expenditures increase to $117,595, which results in $36,535 of more revenue than we have in expenditures. Then the Main Street, that has not changed. The highway aid, that changed just a little bit here. For revenue, that increased to $15,750 in revenue under highway aid. And that reduces the 2,600 number down to 2,450. Now, that is the only fund that we have that shows that we will be using 2,450 from reserve funds. But we're going into the new year with 15,317. And if you recall, this is highway aid money from the state, and there's very specific things you can spend it on. So we don't have any major projects or anything planned at this time. So that'll still leave us then with a fund balance at the end of December of '26 of $12,867.
868?
867.
Got it, okay. 867.
What was the fund balance for the general, the bottom number? For the-
Oh, sure, yep. Let me jump
sorry.
back there. No, I'm not sure I gave that to you.
No.
All right. $407,797. So it's 407,797. Then playground, nothing's changed there. So all funds combined, that revenue number is now $184,940. The expenditures are $142,295, meaning all funds combined, we are taking in $46,895 more than what we will be expending.
So that number didn't change?
No, that number should change.
Oh, I'm sorry. What number did I read you? 137.
The 142.
Four, six, 895.
The 46895, the
46.
surplus, the final surplus number.
Yeah, I'm reading off the old sheet instead of
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
spreadsheet here. Sorry, thank you. Just testing y'all. That new number is $42,645 of revenue greater than what we will be expending. And then all funds combined, the projected fund balance December 31 of '26 is $478,270.
One final question that I just thought of, we were going over them, I don't wanna mess up all the numbers. Cause I don't think I'm gonna. We have something in there for the jail at one point in time. Is that just all in the building fund now?
I don't know, that would be,
No, what, you're talking about what we have now is a separate building fund?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, we were gonna keep that segregated
Yeah.
from the jailhouse.
Okay, yep, good,
Yeah.
good.
So that could change once you get some numbers with Union Church then, right?
Yeah, and I'll bring those up. We'll talk about that Monday night, but I'll get those numbers if we want to put one of the roads in or something, but I'll get some numbers, so.
We have exhausted all our ARP money or whatever right now.
Yeah.
That's all taken care of, so we don't have to worry about that anymore.
No, we'll get a reimbursement for that, but we have not received it yet.
Cool.
But, yeah. So, and that is
I think, yeah.
all that I have.
All right,
That was also allowed.
anything else while we have that open? Besides them numbers?
I would just, I think publicly that I think, responsibly spending, as a borough of our size, to be in a financially stable position is truly, truly out of hard work and dedication to everybody involved.
And everything is in good shape right now.
Yes.
All our roads.
Yes.
It's in really good shape.
All right, I'll open it back up to public comment. Nobody walked in during this. And then, Todd, you have anything else?
No.
Doug?
No, sir.
Greg? Bill?
I move that we adjourn.
Motion by Bill to adjourn?